Hey, church family, Ron Branscombe here. I get the blessing of bringing you chapter 16 of the book of 2 Samuel. And it picks off with David continuing on his journey outside of Jerusalem. And he happens upon a gentleman by the name of Siva, who was the custodian slash steward for Mephibosheth. And if you remember, Mephibosheth was the crippled son of Jonathan, which was David's dear friend, whom he loved dearly. And so David knew who Siva was. He was part of Saul's clan and very conniving gentleman. And I believe David knew that. But upon approaching Siva, Siva had gifts for David and his crew. He'd given them bread and wine and had donkeys ready for them to ride upon. And so obviously David was thankful and really made a rash decision that he really didn't have all the facts for. And he, at that time, had granted Siva all of Mephibosheth's property at that point. Pretty conniving on Siva to do that. And while that was occurring, there was also, as they continued to travel, they ran across a gentleman by the name of Shimei. Now, Shimei started throwing rocks and really just being brutally just cursing and being very mean to David. And David took it like a gentleman. And there were men within his group that would have liked to have gone up and beat Shimei, I'm sure. But David told him, nope, this is all God's will. And so he took the berating. And then the chapter 16 flips to Absalom. And we get the picture here of Absalom is now in Jerusalem. And he's ready to take over his leadership, and he's got advisors that are lining up left and right. And there's one particular advisor who had sought guidance for as to what should I do next. And Ahithophel gave him the guidance that your next task is to go sleep with the concubine that David had left back at the palace. You're to go sleep with the concubine of your father's up on the rooftop in open public. And so Absalom, this was the final piece to him being recognized with the Israelite people of being the king, and he went and did that. Now, this fulfilled the prophecy of what Nathan had shared to David back in chapter 12, that somebody within his family would sleep with his wives out into the open public. And there was no way for David to know that it would wind up being his own son, Absalom. But wow, we see the effects of sin and decisions that wind up continuing to repeat themselves. That's the end of chapter 16. Hey, I hope you have a blessed day, and God bless, and take care.